Welcome to VladTV.
I'm happy to be here, man.
We have one of the most controversial figures, in music, finally sitting down with us.
I've heard some stories.
You've done some stories. You've said some stories. So let's go ahead and start in the beginning. You were born in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to start off this interview with giving glory to God.
Okay.
I'm happy to be here. Congratulations to you and your platform and everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
I just got back in the country after 7 years. This is my first interview, and I'm happy to be here, man. So, and I want to send a shout out to my foundation, my brothers in crime, J Bug, Little Fizz, Marion. Love you. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. So you grew up in Cleveland?
No, actually, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
I moved my family, my single mother, moved to Oakland, California when I was about nine months.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from the Bay.
You from the Bay? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I lived in Oakland for a while.
Yeah. Oakland.
Okay, so you grew up in the Bay. Mm-hmm. And at what point did the music thing start to come around?
The music thing was always around. For the simple fact is, my family has been in the business, and just going to school, at a young age, and knowing that you have a family in a business and they have multiple successful artists, it's pretty inspiring. So I believe that bug just kind of creeped in.
Okay, so when you say family in the business with successful artists, who are they?
During that time, let me see, I was very young. I remember Immature. My cousin had a group called Immature. Mm-hmm. They were very successful.
And your cousin is?
My cousin is Chris Doakes.
Right.
Chris Doakes is my cousin. He had a very successful group by the name of Immature.
Yep.
I looked up to them. I thought that was like super amazing. And my brother was definitely in the business, and my auntie as well.
Okay, your aunt is?
And my auntie is Chris Stokes' mother.
Got it.
Irene Stokes.
Got it.
Oh, you detail, huh?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
So you're growing up in this musical kind of family already. At what point did you decide that you actually want to do music yourself?
That's a good question. Probably around when I decided I wanted to pursue a music career. I was probably around 9 or 10 years old. I was constantly with my brother. I was constantly doing talent shows, which is pretty awesome. Won some, lost some, ran off stage, but all it did was build my character, and ultimately got me ready for what was to come.
Okay. And the first group was B2K.
The first group technically was me and my brother. We called ourselves Brothers 2.
Brothers 2.
Yeah, I was Loverboy and he was Ricky Romance. Yep. And so that would technically have to be my first group. I was Loverboy, he was Ricky Romance.
Okay, so your first name was Loverboy.
Yeah.
Why was it Loverboy?
I don't really know where that came. I think I was the kid that always smacked the ladies. I was the one to go to the ice cream truck and buy all the girls ice cream and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I guess I was just like a lover boy.
Okay.
And if you take care of your woman, everything is good.
Right. And your brother was Ricky Romance. Mm-hmm. And that kind of stuck.
Yeah, that stuck.
Because he's still Ricky Romance.
He's still Ricky Ro.
Okay. So then that group didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
So you go into the second group. Mm-hmm. And what happened with that group?
Things just kind of dissolved. People just went in different directions. Grew older. My third group was Melodic. I was the fourth member to be in the group, which was pretty cool. But I feel pretty awkward because you have a group that's already existing. There's 4 guys, and then here you are. You come in, you're like the 5th guy. Mm-hmm. What made it really interesting is the fact that my cousin is Chris Stokes. So not only am I his cousin, I'm coming with, it's the cousin in the group. So I have a lot behind me. Mm-hmm. So I feel kind of awkward. But, all the guys, shout out to Trey, Jahid, Fizz, Boog, they all made me feel very comfortable, which was really important.
So some of the people in the group went on to form B2K.
That is correct.
So Melodic ultimately just kind of fell apart?
Yeah, I'll give you some background stuff that people really don't know. We actually had a deal on the table. Shout out to Dave McPherson. Actually, shout out to Max Goose, Dave McPherson, Polly Anthony, I can't forget Teese Williams. They liked the group Melodic, but they felt that 2 of the guys in the group were a little bit too older, but they liked the 3 of us, so we kind of had nice chemistry.
Okay.
And so they decided, management agreed to dissolve that group. The other 2 members, Jahid, which being Janae Aoko's brother, they went and started a group. What was the name of that group? They're going to kill me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Final Four. Final
Okay.
Four. Shout out to Final Four. So I was happy for them because they went and got their situation over at MCA. We met Amari, which the world knows him as Amarion. We met him at Marcus Houston's 18th birthday party, which is pretty dope. The boy had the skills. The boy was out there in the circle dancing around. We was like, yo, that's the guy that we need. Because all these different labels, they liked us, but they passed on us, unfortunately. But thanks to Max Goose, he really stuck in there. Thanks to Dave McPherson, Marvin Pitton, Tommy Mottola, they really believed in the group. So they kind of held on to the three of us.
Okay.
And it was really about, I know I'm kind of jumping out of place, but it was, at that time, we were looking for another member. And then we met Amari at Marcus Houston's 18th birthday party.
Okay. And that formed into B2K.
That formed B2K.
Why the name B2K?
We had a name called B&D, which was like Boys Next Door, and it was kind of corny. It wasn't edgy enough, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So the whole Y2K thing was around. We were kind of edgy, because when we were like shopping for our deal, they took us to Disney. They thought we were a little too edgy, Shout out to Disney. They're doing major things over there. But for what we were after, we got six packs, we chest all out, stomach all out, So it was like we decided to go a different direction.
Were you Raz B by this time?
Yeah. I was Raz B and Melodic. Shout out to Dave Scott, our choreographer, who at the time was our manager. Him and Keisha Gamble. Shout out to y'all. We love you. Dave Scott gave me my name, Raz B.
You just said you're Raz B and it's stuck and
it just stuck. It came from my raspy voice. So
okay. Raz B.
Yep.
Got it.
Pretty
Got it.
much.
Okay, so you guys form B2K. Did you know that you had something special on your hands when that whole group came together?
Yeah, we were all like the same height. We were all good looking. We all shared the same goals, same vision. We shared one mind, and we had a lot of support. So yeah, we definitely knew we had something special. Amari definitely was the missing link.
B2K forms. You guys start working on your first album.
Yeah.
And Chris Doakes is the manager.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You guys put together your first album. And at that point, I assume the money isn't really coming yet. You guys are still ramping up. Mm-hmm. You put together the first album. And what was the name of the first album?
B2K. Introducing B2K. Yeah, self-titled.
B2K. Right, exactly. Self-titled. It comes out, and what does it do exactly? Numbers-wise.
Oh, my God. Well, like you said, the very first album, I remember our advancements. You know what I mean? I think I got like 25,000 for my first advancement.
Right, which at the time was a lot.
Oh man, my God, I was in the Beverly Center all the time, man. You couldn't keep me out the Beverly Center, yo. But yeah, the record came out. They wound up doing really phenomenal. Shout out to everybody that worked on an album, from Sam Salter, Tricky Stewart. The Dream. That album platinum status. Everybody worked on that project. The album came out. It was very successful. I believe it hit somewhere close to 1 million, 1.2 or something like that.
Right. Well, I looked it up. It went gold in the
Okay.
U.S., but overseas, those numbers jumped up. So it's probably over platinum.
Yeah, you talking about introducing
Yeah.
the B2K?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be close to platinum by now.
By now, probably. Yeah. And it was number 1 on the R&B hip hop charts,
That's dope.
and number 2 on the Billboard 200 charts.
That's wicked.
So suddenly, you're now a star.
If that's what they say.
Well, the album comes out. It does extremely well.
Right.
Then you guys have music videos. You start going on tour. How do you take all this in? Because you went from all these years of grinding to suddenly, boom, now you have that successful project.
We unlike a lot of artists today, we had a lot of, shout out to platinum status. We really had a great team, and Keisha Gamble and Dave Scott. They really gave us a foundation as far as artist development, media training. So we were very humble when we came in the game. So really, we took it as like, yo, this is our job, and we separated the two. So it didn't really go to our heads, but it was very overwhelming. I could say that for sure.
Okay. When did the Scream tour happen? Is that the first album, second album?
For Scream tour was going on. Scream tour was Jeff Sharps and Michael Moden, which is Jermaine Dupri's father. I'm sure everybody knows. And the Scream tour was Bow Wow's. Shout out to Bow Wow for making it possible.
Yep.
And Jermaine Dupri, really appreciate them. They actually put us on our first tour. But B2K was a force to be reckoned with, unfortunately. You know what I mean? We were the group that was out there, without a deal on Word Up magazines. Right on all the teen magazines. We had teen tours. We were doing a lot of stuff. So really, essentially, anybody, we were ready to go. They just had to come and pour the gasoline on it. So the first Scream tour was Bow Wow's, and we opened that show. Like, we were the very first opening act, and we were tearing that stage up so much they had to put us right before Bow.
Okay.
So we
you guys got moved up.
Yeah, we got moved up.
Okay. So you guys are progressing. The first album comes out, does great. And then, well, I guess I'm looking at the same year, Santa Hooked Me Up came out.
Man, it was, man.
So that was a Christmas album, basically?
Yeah, I mean, the label, one thing I loved about Sony, one thing I loved about Dave McPherson, Tommy Mottola, Polly Anthony, Martin Pierre, Max Goose, they really monetized the brand within that time. Those 3 years, we had 2 remix albums, we had a Christmas album, and we dropped another album that same year. Now, for a businessman, I would say that's how you get your money's worth. You know what I mean? You invest all this cash, you might as well monetize it. So I thought that was great.
Because Pandemonium came out, I guess, the same year.
Yeah, it came out in December. B2K Introduced to B2K came out March 12th, and Pandemonium came out December 10th.
So in 9 months, you guys dropped 2 albums.
It's crazy. 2 studio albums.
And actually, the second album goes platinum. Yeah. It does better than the first album, I guess.
Man, they just keep growing. It's pretty wicked.
Yeah.
Pretty wicked.
So now you guys have 2, I mean, I'm looking, number 3 on the R&B hip hop charts, number 10 on the Billboard 200. You guys are killing it.
You looking at Wikipedia?
Yeah, I am.
That's good. That's good.
Guilty as charged. Okay, so two huge well, 3 albums. Let me see how the
Well, we counted the You Got Served album. We counted the You Got Served Challenge soundtrack as an album.
Right, because that came out the next year. So that's 4 albums within about a year's time.
Man, that's
you guys are working your ass off.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now I see. Now that we've kind of grew up and expand, shall I say? Mm-hmm. It's amazing to see the impact that we have, because it's actually it's very. B2K is very special. No disrespect to any group that's come before us or that will come after us, but B2K was definitely one of the special ones.
Right, and there was 3 Scream tours that you guys were all on.
Was it?
Scream 1, 2, and 3. So you have all these albums. They're going platinum, gold, big singles, everything else like that. Is the money coming for you at this point?
That's a good question.
Because, in the beginning, the money doesn't usually come, but once you're showing you have the repeat success, that's when the money is supposed to come.
Yeah, the money was starting to come. Now that I'm a lot older and a lot more mature, it's really important to check your facts before you just start blabbering off at the mouth. Mm-hmm. But when you're kids, I mean, there's a little money here and there that was coming in. We started to see a few coins.
But you guys aren't millionaires at this point.
At that time, no.
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 Even though you're generating tens of millions of dollars.
For other people, yeah.
For other people.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a part of the business. It's almost like, listen, everybody got to pay their dues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, was the show money good, though, at this point?
Let me see. Let me see. What tour are we at? 3?
Any of them.
Maybe for somebody else.
Okay. I mean, there is 4 members.
Realistically, at the end of the day, anybody knows business. The brand has to, incur all the costs, recoup, so on and so forth. By the time all the bills are paid, those numbers can be really small, and that's realistically. Okay. So sometimes people could speak on things they don't really know about.
Yeah, I mean, you see like the new edition. Yeah, you see like the new edition story where these guys come back on tour and make $1, and have the #1 record. They're not making anything. You see this in the business all the time, especially when you're talking about groups with multiple members.
But it's important to have a great team. If you have a great team, they're going to make sure that you're set up.
Yeah.
Period.
At what point does some friction start within the group?
I think there was, I wouldn't say friction amongst the group. I know that our foundation was not solid. So it was already shaky. But as a kid, you don't understand that. So growing up, you start to see things that you may not want to be a part of or participate in or you don't like. So yeah, I mean that friction trickles down, and what that does, that it starts friction amongst the group. Okay. And that brings divide and that brings conquer.
So who were you closest to in the group, personally?
Close to everybody. I mean, we have this relationship, we have this bond besides the business. So, sometimes being always, so it's like that. But me and Boog is pretty tight. I remember I was going to, I actually live with J Boog and his family. Shout out to Shout out to his family, lovely family. I was living with them for a few months, so me and Book was really, really close. It's my boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at one point, you guys actually broke up.
Yeah.
This was.
Is that what you call it? A breakup?
I mean, what would you call it?
I would call it a very big miscommunication.
Okay.
You know, because you got three guys that at this time we didn't want to work under that management. We wanted to change management, and we were trying to go about things.
You mean Chris Doakes?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
The Ultimate Group was the name of the company, and we refused to move forward until we wanted to resolve some issues. Unfortunately, we had to make our move, the three of us, and we seeked counsel with a company called CMX. They were advising us on some things at the time.
Okay. When you say the three of us, which
Three of us, excuse me, Jarrell Houston, Drew Frederick, and Demario Thornton, which is J Book, Raz B, and Lil Fizz.
Got it. So Omarion was cool with the situation.
He
He didn't want to be part of the three what the three of you were doing. Is that what you're saying right now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, at that time, we had our different views on our management and our the team that we were working with at the time.
Okay.
So we decided that we just didn't want to work. We didn't say the group was broke up. We just said we didn't want to work at that time, as long as we're under that management.
Okay, meaning that you didn't want to record any new music.
No.
So
do shows, do anything.
After dropping 4 albums in 1 year and going on 3 massive tours, 3 of the members say, nah.
What's wrong with that picture? I mean, common sense. So, of course, everyone has to, you want to, even though you're young, you still want to deal with things with integrity. I'm 32 years old now compared to me being 18. So there's a very big difference. And we look up. We're in Las Vegas. We look up, and there's a press release that reads across CNN. It says B2K broke up. So,
Oh, so you guys didn't announce the breakup yourselves?
No, of course not.
So this is what, Chris Doakes?
I would assume that that was his camp, TUG, the Ultimate Group. Yeah, I would assume so. But I don't want to speak on anything that I don't know.
Okay. But the three of you pretty surprised that this happened?
Yeah, of course. We were sitting there, we were watching it. It was funny to us. It was funny.
Okay. Did you call Marion at this point?
Oh, man. Ooh, jeez. You trying to take us back some time. I don't, they put it like, there's people really good at what they do. Everybody has to remember that we were kids. You know what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, I don't think we talked to Amari. I think we all were, somehow our communication got very blurry. You know what I mean? And it seemed like, come on, you got people saying stuff here, so it's just one of those type of things. So communication definitely went.
Well, you said when you were in the group that there were no girls, no breaks, and you couldn't eat meat.
You must have been on that CMX interview. Well, no, we lived in order for B2K, in order for you to become successful, I think, obviously we all know, work ethic has to be high. If you're trying to go to the next level, you got to pass everybody up. And that's what we were about. So our discipline level, as far as, when you're 14, 15, do you really know what a girlfriend is? Do you really know what what to have a mature relationship is?
Your hormones are raging.
But your hormones are raging. So, we had girlfriends. We could communicate and we could talk to our girlfriends, maybe like once a week. It was a time, it was a time limit on that. They were very strict on us for as far as dieting. And when you're a kid, of course, you kind of want to be a little rebellious. But when I look back, these are the tools that has made me successful and has helped build some character.
Well, let's just take it back to the time. Your first tour, you were what, 18 or younger?
My first tour, I was you probably have to go to the teen tour. I was 16.
So here you are, 16, 17 years old. You're going on a tour that's geared towards women, right? I'm sure there were some guys at the tour, but let's just keep it 100.
Yeah, let's go.
The Scream tour was girls were going to the tour, teenage girls,
See what you want to know.
and so forth. Women are screaming, passing out, trying to get backstage and so forth. Did you get to indulge in any of that, or did management really keep you away from all that?
We were very, like I said, we had a lot of artist development, so we knew how to turn it on and turn it off. We knew how to, create the separation. We were good kids. If you was asking, was B2K out there smashing everything? Nah, we wasn't.
You weren't.
Nah, but we cut up a little bit at the end. We had a little fun.
Okay. The group breaks up, and then years later, you come forward with some pretty serious accusations about Chris Doakes. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about that?
At this time, maybe that's something that I would love to discuss in the future, but at this time, I think it's important that I stay focused to, what's really going on in my life now, which is my career, my new music, me being back in the country. And I think it's a little bit, it's unnecessary and appropriate because there's other people involved, and I don't want to bring that attention to anybody's personal or professional life. So I'm sure that you understand, and I hope that you're okay with that.
Okay, so you don't want to talk about the gay accusations or
the
molestation accusations
at this moment, I need to stick to the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I interviewed Lil Fizz.
Okay.
Me and him talked afterwards.
Okay.
And I asked him about the accusations and so
Okay.
forth. This is the way he described it to me. He said that you, Fizz, and J Boog were working on a reality show.
Okay.
And the reality show was being filmed.
Mm-hmm.
They were gearing up for it and so forth and so forth. I guess Omarion was not part of the reality show. Is that correct?
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah, at the time. The filming took a break for whatever reason. The way he described it was you went and grabbed some of the camera people, and then suddenly all this stuff came out with the accusations and so forth. And it pretty much torpedoed the reality show, and everyone kind of didn't know what the hell was going on at the time.
Right. Yeah, I remember that time. Shout out to Cool to Love. I think that's around like 2007, 2018. I had the #2 selling single in the country. I believe I reached out to the guys, Fizz and Boog, and I asked them, hey, what you guys doing? I think it'd be a great opportunity for us to collaborate with each other, regardless if we're doing stuff, individually, but collectively, if people see us, they'll still see the presence of B2K, so we can kind of piggyback off of each other, which I thought would be great. One thing led to another. There was some private information, that was being taken care of and handled eternally amongst family. And, those I will say this, those videos got up and just turned everything upside down. That's all I could really address at this moment.
What happened with your relationship with the other members at that point?
Ooh, that's a good question. The world is so big. When allegations like that come around, it's pretty heavy stuff. I think everybody at that time wanted to protect themselves and make sure that everyone was, protected properly. So.
I mean,
our relationships kind of like it disses stuff even more because what made it even worse is that this is something that's going on with me, and then people are involved in other people. Right. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some things that were said out of anger, being emotional when you're a kid, and when you feel some type of way and your back is against the wall and the whole world's like this and people's pointing your fingers, you're just like, yo, how do I deal with all of this? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to be going for a kid, and people be like, well, you should have did this, or you should have. What about this and that? Listen, when you've never felt these emotions before, you don't know what you're gonna go through. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Did you go to therapy? Did you try
that? Yeah. I have some of my people here right now. My physical life coaches, they always keep me on point.
Based on what you said was happened, do you consider yourself a gay man, bisexual, straight?
I don't consider myself gay at all. No, I've sat, this is a good question. I've sat with myself and I've asked myself about my sexuality. And I love women, bro. You know what I'm saying? Love them to death.
Okay. A lot of people, we won't get into details, but a lot of people got named like Bow Wow and, Chris Brown, Ray J, Marcus Houston.
Right.
I think Marcus actually, he filed a restraining order against you. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I was aware of that. I recall that.
If you could sit down with all the people that you've named during that time, would you apologize? Would you work it out? You know, what would you do? Because you did say some of the stuff you did say is out of anger, and that's not usually the best way to express yourself to the world.
Right. If I was sitting in a room with those names you just named, I would definitely would like to apologize. You know, because like I said, I was young, I was emotional, and I'm pretty sure I've said some things that I didn't mean.
Right.
And that possibly were hurtful because I was hurt.
Right. 'Cause I remember at one point we had put out some of the stuff on VladTV, and Bow Wow was real angry with me, and me and him had to meet up and have a conversation about it and work it out and kind of say, okay, look, you know, don't shoot the messenger, but this was the message, and you know, and since then we've done lots of interviews, and you know,
well, like I said, cool. there's you know, you can't really speak on stuff that you have no knowledge about or no facts, and especially who wants to be a messy person speaking on somebody else's.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you and Chris Doakes ever meet again or talk again?
Yeah, I've seen Chris Doakes. Yeah.
Recently?
Years ago.
After the allegations or before?
After the allegations.
And how did that go?
It's very, very interesting. It's very interesting. He's like, yo, give me something.
Interesting how?
Nah, man, I mean, listen, let's keep it how we know people would love for me to talk about what you're going at. No disrespect to this platform. It's a really nice platform, but with all the things that we got going on right now, it's like, how can we ever graduate in the road to the future driving in reverse gear?
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Well, at what point?
That's like stuff you say for a book or something like that. You know what I mean? But I think the people know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, at one point, you moved to China?
That's lit. Ni hao, wo shou bu hao, wo EDR putong hua. Nah, just playing. Yeah, but I speak the language. We over there. We lit.
Okay. So you literally left America, and because I guess you were touring in China originally?
Yeah. You want to hear about the story?
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, people, China is lit. It's the #1 economy in the world. It's the place you should be. Okay. No. So it was an opportunity that presented itself back in 2004. I was playing on the NBA Entertainment League. Somebody approached me and said, "Hey, I got this great opportunity for you and your guys to perform at the Great Wall of China." Like, come on, who wouldn't want to perform at the Great Wall of China?
You and your guys mean B2K?
Of course.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, we were growing up. We were all doing different things individually, but collectively, we would have came together for this. We would be in somebody's history books 100 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I kept up with a company called BTB Communications. Long story short, didn't work out. It really sucked because they called me and they said, "Hey, Raz, the promoter ran out of money and they had to sell it to another promoter, so we really would like to still bring you and let you participate a part of the show. Unfortunately, we can't pay you." So here it is. We went separate ways at the time. I'm telling everybody I'm going. This doesn't happen. So I had a decision. It was either go, host the show. I can't perform. I can't take my crew, or don't go. So I was like, you know what? I decided not to go. But I was devastated. I was embarrassed, especially when you're at 106 in Park. You're telling people you're doing this, you're doing that. It doesn't happen. It's like, cried like a little baby. And then my uncle told me, he said, if it be in God's will, you'll go back. Somebody hits me up on Facebook 7 years later. Immediately, and this is during the time when all this controversial stuff is going on. I got all this just crazy stuff just coming at me. And what I would like to tell people too, when there's friction around, you know, sometimes you're the fall guy. And there's so many other people around you that are actually really playing this crazy part in your demise. You know what I mean? But I think really for me, China has allowed for me to get away from all of that. So anyway, opportunity presented itself. Shout out to my boy Paris. Paris over in he's still in China, and he hit me up on Facebook. Opportunity was for 3 months. I decided to stay.
You liked it that much?
I liked it that much. When I first got there, it was difficult. You know what I mean? I've always been a very humble individual, but that culture will humble you even more. You understand? I mean, for example, I'll give you guys an example. People get quiet when the bill comes. Over in China, they're fighting for the bill. You know what I mean? They're like, "Get wall, what gain?" It's very funny. So you know, just being in the culture, that 5,000 years of history. I mean, I've learned so much over there. It really is molded me into the man that I am today. And I'm happy to be sitting here. So China is lit. I mean, what you want to know?
Well, in 2013, there was a rumor that you were in a coma.
Oh, snaps. Whew, see, you know what? There we go again. That's like...
You were hit with a bottle or something and you were in a
That
coma.
part is true, but see, this is like when I was a kid growing up and I, watching all these stories about different, quote unquote entertainers or celebrities or whatever you want to say. There are people that really make up stories. There are people that really make up stories.
So that story was...
It was fabricated.
But the bottle...
I did get hurt. Wait, where's the lip?
So you got hit in the face with the bottle?
It was what you call a yin hui gan, that's in Chinese. That's an ashtray, but it's not a normal ashtray. It's like wooden. It's like this big, and I was trying to diffuse a problem like always. I don't know why I think I'm Superman. I can't get hurt. Like I don't know if y'all can see this right here. Where's that right here? You see this right here? This is good. I got into a fight right before trying to help somebody. Got into another fight. So look at my face, but poor guy.
Right. I mean, I'm actually looking at the pictures right now. You're all bloodied up.
Which part? Oh yeah, I'll never forget that. So he threw the wooden ashtray. Boom. And a fight broke out. Wait, no. Yeah, no, a fight almost started to break out. They held me back. Thank God they did, because I was in a city called Iwu. And before I know it, I walk outside, there's probably like 20 dudes out there. So the chief of police had to come pick me up. And then that story just got, however, it just got fabricated.
Right, it said that you were on life support and all that.
That was crazy. But you know what I did like during that whole time? I went online and I just really seen a lot of compassion that people had for me. And it really bothered me, because where was that support when I was going through stuff in my life? So that it just made me feel some type of way about the world. You know what I mean? And who's for you? But at the end of the day, God got my back. So I don't really got to worry about none of that. Like, none of it.
Okay. So you were not on life support or
Nah, not at all.
like that. But you did get hit in the face with that.
I did get hit.
Okay.
And I got stitches. And I got some money.
You got some money?
I got some money.
All right.
It was cool.
So the legal system in China actually works, huh?
Oh, man.
Kind of, sort of.
Man. It's about that. It's about that money.
Well, there was a situation in 2011 where they say that you were accused of lewd acts with a 15-year-old boy.
2000 what year?
11.
Oh, that's when I first got to China. You got to understand, when you're having success, people are going to try to throw some roadblocks. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to think I know where that came from, but unfortunately I don't. But to answer your question for everybody, that's not true at all.
Right, because it said that you had urinated on a 15-year-old boy or something real crazy.
But you see how they try to...
Okay, but you're saying that's completely false.
That's completely false.
No arrests, no nothing.
Nah, man, come on.
No nothing.
Nah, I'm a free man.
In 2014, you had a sex tape leak out.
We should talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Where do we start?
You tell me.
First of all, how about this? Will we call that a sex tape?
I've never seen it. Just let me just say right now, I really don't watch celebrity sex tapes. I'm good. We'll report on it, but I'm not gonna.
Let's.
I'm not gonna indulge.
Can we take a break for a second? We'll be right back. So I haven't had my MacBook Air or my MacBook Pro in almost like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Now, wherever those computers are at, that footage was in there.
Okay.
And I seen the video. It seemed like somebody edited the video. And if somebody wants to know, I was definitely under the influence. I popped some Molly, and we had a great freaking time.
Okay. It was you, one girl, 2 girls? Like I said, I never saw it. You guys tell me.
Well, in that room, it was one girl.
One girl, okay.
Yeah, we Molly, it was an experience.
Okay.
But, when you're quote unquote this celebrity or blah, 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 you get all this other stuff that comes along with it.
Well, I guess social media really had a field day. With that,
Can I tell you, they told me up. Yeah, I was like, anyway.
I mean, I'm looking at some of these tweets, I guess, we put out. I guess there was a white girl in the tape.
Man. And this was in China, so I seen that girl since. That was, man. She blamed me. I was like, yo, listen, somebody must have. You know what? I don't even remember what's in them computers, though. I swear, yo. Ooh, Jesus.
Okay. Mm-mm. Then there was a story that You almost lost your hand?
That is very true. Yeah, I almost lost my life, bro.
Right, but you seem to have 2 hands right now. Unless
Yeah, I do. I mean, yeah, I didn't lose my hand, but I suffered some nerve damage. Arteries were cut. Tendons were cut.
Yeah, I'm looking at this picture. You're just covered in blood. I mean, like literally, your pants are.
Oh man!
Unless you're wearing, at least these
No.
Those
That's
are
right
bloody
there.
pants.
Yeah, that's right there in Shanghai. They had to wrap it up, but the blood was just gushing out everywhere. I passed out like 3 times. I sat down on the floor. I was like, damn, this is how I'm about to go out.
What happened exactly?
I don't remember what led to it, but there was some. There's a lot of glass in the apartment, the flat that I was renting in China at the time, and my hand went through this glass, and the cut came when I pulled my hand out. So I fell, pulled the hand out, and that's where the cut came. So if I would have just slowed down, I would have never had the cut.
Okay.
Which sucks.
But you're okay now.
I am okay.
Okay. Is your hand still cool? Did you lose any sort of feeling or whatever?
There's a little nerve damage. There's a little carpal tunnel and stuff like that. But
Okay.
we're dealing with that.
But I'm looking at your hands now. They seem okay.
It appears that way.
Yeah. Okay. So you stay in China for how long?
7 years.
What made you finally move out?
Well, I didn't move out. I'm just visiting.
Oh, so you still live in China?
Yeah.
Aha. Okay.
Yeah. There's my family's here. My mom's here. My team is here. My brother's here. I haven't seen people in years, so I definitely need to come home and love on them. There's also some opportunities here as well. So that's cool. Like I said, I've been in the country about a month and a half now, and I may extend my stay for a little bit.
Well, you're still a U.S. citizen. Are you?
Yeah, it's funny you said that because there was an opportunity I could have gave it up.
Right, and become a Chinese
Yeah.
citizen.
Yeah.
So you give up your U.S. passport.
Yeah, but I'm not looking to do that. But you know who's the man over there? Stefan Marbury.
Yeah, right. Well, also I interviewed Jin. He was the man in Hong Kong.
I just talked to Jen a few days ago.
Yeah, I guess at one point he was like I remember I interviewed him.
How would you compare yourself to an American equivalent?
I was like Justin Bieber out there.
You were the Justin Bieber of
In Hong
China?
Kong. Well, an interesting thing is because China is the whole thing.
Right.
I was in Hong Kong. The city I was in Hong Kong.
Okay, but doesn't Hong Kong like the New York of China?
It is a big city, but the thing is, we sometimes maybe we don't realize it, but geographically China is huge. So you can't even compare America to China in that sense, and even in terms of population. Yeah. But so let me put it like this. You can't be, when I say I was the Justin Bieber, I meant in Hong Kong specifically.
Okay.
Now, if you magnify that to China as a whole, it may shrink. I may not be Justin Bieber. I may be, Robin Thicke.
But now he's even, I thought we talked like 3 days ago.
He's even bigger now?
Oh yeah, we did some shows together, yeah. We did some shows together. Like he's even bigger now.
I fuck with
y'all
you.
Y'all gonna learn Chinese. The boy was right. Let me tell you, the boy. Yo, shout out to my boy Jin. Yo, this was for Lil Saint. Yeah, man, we have our little inside jokes. But yeah, man, he's doing his thing, bro. He's really like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you firsthand. He's that guy.
Yeah, and he's a really dope freestyler.
Man, he's
like
humble.
I used to watch him
too.
in the beginning, like when he was, killing the
What
battles.
was that? What is it? Freestyle?
Freestyle Fridays.
Man,
Yeah,
that was lit.
he shut it down. He kept going
did.
until he didn't have anyone left.
I just think that this is my own personal opinion. I don't know. It seemed like I don't know if that was a right fit for him label wise.
Oh, you mean Rough Riders?
Yeah.
B2K. Are they ever gonna get back together?
What do you think?
I don't know, man.
Would you want us to get back together?
Well, I'll be honest.
Come on, yeah.
B2K, I'm in my 40s. I was not the target audience for
Okay.
B2K. Right? Being a male, in high school.
From a business standpoint.
From a business standpoint, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
It makes a lot of sense. But you jumped out the window quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? At one point. Have you guys all talked recently?
Yeah, we communicate. And I think that's the greatest part is because our friendship is so important. Our friendship is so important. But, let's just hey, you know what? Everybody want to blame everything on me. Cool, blame it on me. I'm big enough to take it. You know what I'm saying? If I've offended anybody, I apologize. But, you know, life, you know, is in session. You know, life is in session. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is, though.
Yeah, I mean, Omarion did well as a solo artist. You know, Fizz got on Love and Hip Hop. J Boog, I'm not exactly sure. Not to say that he did or did not do. I just didn't really follow his career.
Right. Well, I think for the public, a lot of people may feel just because compared to what the standards of the world, all my guys are doing pretty well for themselves. You know, I always check on them, you know, through other people and, you know, just to kind of find out some things, just to make sure they're really good, you know, and they're all smart guys, so everybody's okay. But I would love to see B2K back together.
Yeah.
Not only does it make a lot of business sense, but God would get a lot of glory because no matter what happened, you know, divide and conquer, you know, love covers a multitude of sin. So
Okay.
It's really just about us coming back together and showing love.
Would Chris Doakes be involved in that?
Would you want him
In
involved?
that reunion?
Would you want him involved?
Hey, I mean, based on what you said, not exactly, but
Right. I mean, where I'm at mentally, I mean, whatever. Man, my heart is like pure as gold. So I mean, whatever it's gonna take, you know, as long as there's peace and love, I don't have a problem really with working with anybody, really, because I'm so focused on what God has for me and what I'm supposed to do. It just really doesn't.
Well, when was the last time the four of you were actually in a room together? Physically in the same room, not on the phone, not on FaceTime. All four
Little
of y'all.
Fizz's video, the Benz video with Ray J.
When was this?
This was like maybe 2008, 2009.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
So in 10 years, you guys have not all been in the same room.
No. And I'm back in America now, and you know, I would like to see my guys.
I mean, they're all going to watch this. I mean,
Y'all gonna watch this?
whether they admit it or not, trust me.
What up? What up? Oh,
All your favorite
Hey.
rappers and singers, they all watch VladTV, whether they
What
admit
up,
it or
man?
not. So they're all
in
going
that
to see
case, well,
this.
shout out to the Migos, man. The Migos is killing it, yo.
Yeah.
Migos is killing it. Cardi B killing it, man. This younger generation is a trip. Yo, this Tekashi kid, I like him.
Tekashi 6ix9ine?
He real raw. And can I tell you this? Like, the world needs that, man. The world don't need all this Hollywood fake stuff. I mean, we've evolved so much. Our consciousness is a lot higher. We want the truth. That's what people want, the truth. So be yourself, but don't try to be disruptive in other people's stuff. You know what I mean? Have some integrity.
Yeah. So what do you have coming up next?
Ah, wow. I have a single I just recorded. It's really nice. It's called Learn My Lessons. And I really, really like this record. It was, the beat came on, produced by Harry O. Van Dizzle. And walked in the studio, heard the beat, started freestyling, started humming. I was like, I learned my lessons. I was like, all right, put that away. We come back to finish that. So we got some music-related projects coming, which is pretty exciting. What else we got on the table? Oh, man, I almost forget. You know what? Let me tell you this, y'all. I forgot that I'm an artist and I have to promote myself. You know what I mean? Because everybody want to ask all these other questions. I be forgetting about. No, but yeah, we got some music. We got some artists. One artist I'm really, really excited about. The guy does not sound like anybody. Normally be like, yo, he sounds like Jay-Z or he sounds like J. Cole. No, his name is Rumzelli, man. I'm telling everybody, go check out the kid. His name is Rumzelli. I'm not saying nothing else.
Okay.
I'm not saying nothing else.
Okay, so you have an artist.
Yeah, we have an artist.
I mean, are you focusing on English-speaking artists and music, or now that you're living in China, are you starting to shift to actually, was it Cantonese or Mandarin?
Yes, Mandarin. Well, let me take you. So what I've been doing in China, I've been doing a lot of artist administration. I have a label that's registered in Hong Kong. It's called DJ Central, EDM. I've been producing for a group called NZBZ. They're one of the biggest groups in China. Those checks are nice, 10, 20 grand a track. So I'm producing. What else we done? I've been doing, not trying to, but because I'm like the bridge, a lot of people come to me. I'm very transparent with my business. And we've been fortunate enough to bring quite a few different up-and-coming artists to China. And I was really, really excited because I was able to assist and help in bringing Soulja Boy to China. And it was a really big treat.
Dope.
For the fact that the hip-hop culture in China is actually blowing up.
I mean, everywhere.
Culture, baby.
Everywhere. I mean, I just interviewed Oxymoron, who's one
Okay.
of the biggest Russian rappers, and he said that now hip-hop in Russia is like the dominant type of music.
Right now, hip-hop is the main music in Russia. We have overtaken rock a long time ago, and now we're overtaking pop. So and that's mostly done not through TV or radio, it's all through YouTube and social media. So it's almost like a revolution of music going on. Everyone listens to hip-hop, and it's gonna grow further. It's a huge market.
Right, all right. And it sounds dope too. It just lets you know the influence of me.
And then in China, you actually have Chinese rappers.
And they're good.
Who's the biggest Chinese rapper right now?
Well, they just had a show called The Rap of China. I mean, there was a lot of different names that came over there. You had Vava, you had PG, I don't even know. Is it PG-13? I don't know. This guy got in NZBZ, Edison Chain. And you got some of the OGs, MC Webby, and you got a few people over there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, listen, I mean, congrats on switching the game and going to a whole different part of the world and doing your thing out there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not easy to do. Most people will just sit there where they are and complain that nothing's happening. You actually just switched the whole thing and went somewhere else.
Yeah, you gotta make stuff happen. You really do. You really do. Really do. You can tell I want to say something, huh? No, I'm just clowning.
All right. Well, Raz B, man, appreciate you coming in and telling your story.
Once again, shout out to all the people out there. Bro, congratulations. I thank you for having me. Shout out to my lovely team, TK Fitness, Tony Hill, Karen, Richard, Era Music, my brother, Ricky Romance. To all beautiful supporters out there that supported me throughout my trials and tribulations, I thank you. I appreciate you. And shout out to my boy, Elijah Polk, E&I Music Group. And did I miss anybody? I know I missed somebody. You gotta see. Mama, I love you, mama. Mwah. Hey, man, you only get one. God bless y'all. Peace.
Absolutely. Raz B, man. Appreciate you coming.
Thanks for having me.